So today I'm going to be making potato sabzi. It has onion, chili, coriander and curry leaf paste, potatoes, cut onions, chili, curd. I have a bit of soya as well in it, some garam masala also. And let's get started. I ground this just now. My eyes are all teary-eyed already. So I used 2 large onions, 2 big red chili, and like a bunch of coriander and a few curry leaves. I'll add salt in my sabzi, so I haven't added it yet. Okay, let's get started. Just cutting the onion. I was just washing my potato. It's already around like 10 o'clock here and I'm late today, so I went to the nearest store and I bought rice roti. It's called Lucky Roti in Bangalore. So this is how it looks. It's ready to heat and eat. So that's my other jugaad for the day because I got late. So I heard your potato peels have a lot of goodness in them. Removing the bad parts. And wash the potatoes once more just to rid them of any kind of germs or whatever, like dirt. Potatoes and onions today, and that's why I decided to cook potato. It's going to be a curd based curry. Onions done, potatoes done. I just have one small green chili to add that tinge of spiciness, and this is the last chili I have basically. So jugaad, and let's start cooking. Gas. So now I got gas, by the way. A bit of oil into it. So I've used almost half a cup of oil in this because I want the potatoes to fry before I cook them. I will be adding a bit of jeera, a little bit of mustard seed, and that's about that. I'm not adding any dals today. So in goes the chili, the onion, and let's mix. So we just let it cook until the onions become slightly golden brown, not too much because we'll be cooking the potatoes and the onions get too brown if we leave them on. So the onions are pretty fried, not too golden brown, just cooked enough. They're almost whitish, pale color is more of what it is. So I'm just adding a bit of black salt. I feel fancy today because I got it at the store and I want to try it out. I've never used black salt in cooking. I like my onions to soak the most part of salt, and since I'm adding the potatoes now, I want the salt to get into that as well. Since potatoes soak up that, add the potatoes, just mix it in all. I'm just frying the potatoes and taking them out until I add my paste again. I just want to give it that bit of crispiness. Let my potatoes in there. I'll leave them for about 5 minutes and then we'll come back to it. We'll just let it dry. So this is the state the potatoes are in. And see, you can see it's filled with oil and frying. So let's leave it there for 5 minutes. are pretty fried. Like I don't want them to be crispy. Just wanted them to get a coat of oil before I put it after adding the paste. And there's enough onions added here in the oil. And now time to add the paste. Keep your heat low when you add the paste because when there's oil and water mixture, there's no salt supply and hit your paste. Goes the paste. Just mix it with oil and the onions and whatever spices are in there. Now we can increase the flame and let it go. So I got a packet of these spices from Kerala, and I don't like adding my spices in oil because I feel it loses out on all the goodness in the oil and it doesn't go to all parts of the vegetables in the gravy. So I'm just adding this. I'm not very sure what spice it is. It looks like a pretty flower. So let's see. First time trying that. I'm adding a star anise. A small clove bark. I'll be using this nutmeg kind of a thing once I find out what it is because it seems like it has a distinct taste and I don't want to use it until I know what flavor it exactly gives. The flour I heard does not have a very strong flavor, so I've added it to try and see if it adds any kind of different flavor to the sabzi. And now I'll be adding a bit of garam masala. Synonymous to Indian food. So I found a lot of packets of my ingredients in my storage box. And start of the month for me basically because I got my gas. And so I've started opening my packets. Yes, a bit of dry mango powder. So I'll be adding almost 2 spoons of each of these powders, garam masala and amchur. A bit of kasuri methi. This would be around 1 teaspoon if you want to go in terms of quantity. I cook based on what I feel is right, but just to give you an idea of how much it is. 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. Then stir it. Already soaked up completely in this. It's become a thick paste and I think that's a good time for us to add the potatoes into it. In goes all the potatoes with the oil and a bit of onion and spices which is left. And we mix the potatoes and the gravy. Doesn't it, Nanu? Awesome. So now I'll be adding a bit of curd and water and then pressure it up. So I didn't add more salt because curd has a lot of salt in it too. I've added almost a quarter packet of curd in this. Mixing it up. Curd because it keeps the spice level down. It's good to cool your stomach. Indian cooking looks like a mess when you're making it, but it tastes so yum. Random cooking thoughts, but mix it up, increase the flame a bit, and so this is my stock, or rather just cleaned up water from the paste I initially made. So adding that in, mixing it a bit more. So we still want a gravy at the end of it, and so I'm not adding in a lot of water. A little bit more water, then we let it cook into the gravy. I might add a bit of chili powder because in the end, if I think the spice isn't enough. But for now, let's just check how it cooks. And just mixing the potatoes. I don't taste this before I cook it because I feel the food changes its taste once it's cooked. So I just let it cook and then check. Now on to pressure. I keep it for about 2 whistles, so let's see what happens after the 2 whistles. Okay, so basically I forgot to add soya in the big mistake, but jugaad can always happen. So I'm taking a bunch of soya, adding it right on top. I haven't done this before. I generally boil my soya before I cook it, but this is right out of the packet. I feel bad, but right now I don't neither have time to cook the soya, nor do I have enough patience to cook the soya. So I'm just mixing it up so it soaks up enough, and let's hope it cooks. Closing this up again, lid on top, and done. In the meantime, I'm making the akki roti. It's just eat and eat, so I'm cooking it now. While eating, I'll add a dab of butter on top because it's yummy food. And it's done. So basically I mashed the sabzi a little after I opened it and heated it for about 2 to 3 minutes on flame without the top. And it's done. One thick gravy and it tastes yum. And I'm going to be eating with these akki rotis, which I heated with a lot of butter. So yes, yum. Have a happy dinner. See you in the next video.